Hey, this is Primoz Lazar, and I'm gonna give you an insight of how I have built my own group community of people who are paying me monthly subscriptions for my weekly group coaching calls, and how I also run a mini membership that I run pretty passively, and I still work with higher paying clients one-on-one as part of this model that I'm gonna explain you and teach you today. By the way, I do have a video, 7-minute video that teaches this model very much in depth. In 7 minutes I show you how you can build a group community of your first 10 people who are gonna be paying you, for example, $97 a month for a weekly group coaching call. And if you implement this model that I'm gonna give you an insight to, then you can run your business more like semi-passively. You can have that kind of peace of mind, and you don't need to worry anymore where the next coaching clients for you are gonna come from. And you can access this 7-minute video down below in the description, and you can go watch it after I give you this nice introduction of where this model is all coming from and how I have developed it, and how you should and why you should implement it as well yourself as a life coach, so you can have that kind of consistency now in you building and growing your coaching practice. And you never need to worry like, I don't have this predictable income yet, I'm struggling, I'm burning out, I'm chasing these new people and new clients. You're not gonna need to worry about that problem anymore. You're not gonna need to worry about the marketing or the sales problem anymore if you just build this model that I'm gonna show you, teach you once, right? And I'm gonna give you now an insight of how this model works, how I've built my own 20-member community, why I started teaching others how they can implement this same model into their business, and what kind of benefits this model has, right? Because basically you now have people paying you monthly subscriptions, and you do have recurring monthly income, and on top you can still work with one-on-one coaching clients or people who pay you for higher valued packages upfront for this group community and one-on-one coaching, right? But this is the backstory of how I developed this model, because I have been fighting to become a full-time online coach for 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 years. For example, 4 years ago I decided that I want to become a full-time online coach, and I really didn't know how I'm gonna become a full-time online coach, because I was not even familiar with the coaching industry. But at that time I started going through the steps that any and every starting online life coach is gonna need to go through, right? How to pick an offer, how to get the first client for your offer, how to achieve consistency with your marketing and sales. So for the past 4 years, I went on this route of figuring it out. How can I become a full-time online coach with the least of amount of my personal time invested into me becoming a full-time online coach, right? And I myself tried all sorts of things, right? Being paid for just one-off sessions, being paid later on for packages for high ticket like 3 or 4K for my one-on-one coaching work. I've tried doing a YouTube channel, podcast, building an email list, running ads, Facebook, Google ads, running a podcast. I tried to do group course launches. I tried to do webinars, live workshops, building an email list. All of these sorts of things that a starting online coach could try to do to get some kind of consistent flow of new people coming in, right? But the key is not there. I promise. The key is not you figuring out how to do marketing and sales. I mean, it kind of is as well, right? But the key is how you structure your offer, how you structure your coaching model of how you're gonna help people. So what I discovered was on that 4-year journey, right, I was struggling with getting that next client, always getting that next client, right? Because if you're starting out, you don't have any online audience, correct? Or any network, you don't have that following yet. And the problem is that if you don't have any audience, any following, it's very hard to get your message out there, and people are gonna stick to it, they're gonna know you, they're gonna reach out to you, they're gonna wanna hire you. I mean, this just doesn't exist, right? And it's very hard for you to achieve consistency with the client flow coming in if you don't have that audience, if you're just starting out, if you have not worked with a lot of clients, right? So I went that route, right? And my income was inconsistent, up and down, left and right. and I was struggling, and that was the only thing that I've been doing for the last 4 years, just being a coach. I dropped me being a photographer, a filmmaker, or doing any kind of other entrepreneurial things. I don't have a job for many years already yet, right? But still, I was surviving, but it was a little harder to sustain this level of being a full-time coach. It was inconsistent, right? Until I have always been searching for the solution, for that one model, that one idea, that one key that I could implement to have more consistent online coaching practice. And I was looking for this key for pretty long, and that I could teach this same key idea to others as well who are just starting out, right? Because, for example, when I started as an online coach, right, I didn't really know what is the thing that I'm gonna teach others, right? So I started learning how to get my first online clients online, and I just started teaching that same thing to others, right? I was few steps ahead of that person who is just starting out, and I was always teaching whatever I've just been learning, and I did this for the last 4 years, right? And I've been creating this larger value gap now, right? And I got so much more ahead of those who are just starting out that I can be a coach, and I do have this value, and I do have this energy, and I do have the stability, and I do have a very proven curriculum to go through right now, so you can become an online coach, right? So I have strengthened this value and this gap now, and what I have discovered is this key, this model, this idea through which you can actually become a full-time, let's say, online coach in 3-4 months, for example, right? And not in 1, 2, 3, or 4 years, right? And not just full-time online coach. The key here is that you start having this kind of part-time recurring income that allows you then to transition into being a full-time online coach. So that's the key, right? And I discovered and I created this model that instead of you trying to get that one extra or second extra new client that pay you, for example, $1,000 or $2,000 or more or less for your coaching services, or trying to rely on new clients coming into referrals or here and there through social media or whatever, right? Instead of you going that route, why wouldn't you instead charge a little less so more people can afford your value, your service, your course, your community, right? You would charge people monthly subscriptions, and you would run a weekly group coaching call instead of trying to do all one-on-one. And if you would only get 5, 10, 15, 20 people paying you these monthly subscriptions to attend your weekly group coaching call, imagine that, right? This would give you that part-time income of $1,000 or $2,000 that comes in naturally each and every month, and the only thing that you would need to do is come and show up on to this weekly group coaching call that you run, right? And now you only work, you only have one weekly group session with all of these people, or even if you do 2 weekly group coaching calls to give them more options, right? You are having this part-time income coming in, and you're not spending a lot of your personal time serving these people. And the key here is that you are serving a group now that you are taking through your curriculum. There is that connection and energy of the community, and they learn from each other's mistakes, and you are improving your method as well. You are serving more people with less of your personal time involved, right? So that's the key that I have figured out. Instead of me trying to rely on getting that next one-on-one client or do this kind of cohorts of trying to launch a group right now, and it goes for 2 or 3 months and then it dies, and then I need to onboard another group of people, blah, blah, blah. I don't want to do all of those things, right? I just want to wake up today. I want to go into my group community, weekly group coaching call or whatever. I want to serve these people, and I want them to send me money automatically through PayPal, Stripe. It anyway happens automatically because these are automatic subscriptions that people have signed up to, right? And this subscription model group community just goes ongoingly. Of course, some people drop out, new people come, but the key here is how can you add more people than the people that leave, right? If that makes sense, right? And on long term, you start compounding this energy, and more people are in now. You're having bigger recurring income that comes in every month, and you can still keep selling higher valued packages where people can pay you $2,000, for example, and they buy this group for 6 months ahead of time, and they get you, for example, one-on-one as well, 2 times a month or whatever your offer would be, and you can still sell 2-3K packages on top of being paid recurring income, and you can work with a few people one-on-one as well with, for example, 4, 5, 6 people. You still would do some one-on-one sessions or whatsoever, right? But at least you're gonna have now this peace of mind, recurring income. You're serving this group, they love to be in, they are helped, and you are still making a lot more money, and you don't even need to worry about, oh, where is that next client gonna come from? You are just being in a good energy field, and manifestations do happen, because of course, to build a 10 group community, you still need to be consistent now with marketing, and this, which I can talk about. I will explain you how I built a group of 20 people that I have on monthly subscriptions right now. And I'm expanding it all, of course, right? But the marketing and sales become easier because you just need to get this person in once, and then they stay in, and it's easier to sign up a person for $100 a month rather than find a person who's gonna pay you 2 or 3K a month if you're just starting out, right? Of course, later when you become really good and you have more reach and you have bigger following or audience, right? And if you build a company and you paying for ads, or if you have big organic reach, I mean, everything becomes easier, and you can be charging more money for your life coaching services and all these kind of things. But I'm talking here more about what should a starting life coach or online coach do, right? And that's what I'm teaching you right now, right? And I'm gonna maybe talk about really quickly about how I built this group of 10, 20, 30 people, and what's the marketing and sales process behind it, and how you should approach building this group. But I explained this in my 7-minute video, which you can access down below this video in the description, right? And I teach you the 3 steps to getting to the first 10 people paying you monthly subscriptions anyway. But before I give you a quick summary of the marketing and sales process of how to get to 10 people, I just want to really quickly talk about how did I come to developing this model of, for example, having a mini course, a 3-step curriculum course, having people on weekly group coaching calls and taking them through this course, having them paying monthly, right? And on top, how can I or you still work with one-on-one coaching clients? And how did I come to this model, right? For example, it was a long journey, but a year ago or 2 or so, what happened was that I started running my first membership, right? And at that time, I already saw that it's awesome to have people on monthly recurring income, but that membership kind of died because I didn't approach building it correctly, because I was running like a daily support group where people came. It just didn't have that curriculum. It was just like a support group. So forget about that, right? But after me running that membership, then I really didn't know what would be my offer next, but I had some good success with running Google Ads for my father. And what I did was I set up Google Ads for my father, right? He was getting awesome results for his local business and clients calling him and so on. And I was like, let me set up a few more campaigns for any kind of life coach, online life coach. So I set up some Google Ads campaign for life coaches, and I generated dozens or hundreds of email leads for them, right, through Google Ads. And I saw that they don't know how to convert these email leads into sales because they don't know how to write salesy emails out or conversion emails. They don't know how to write. And I was like, mate, I need to teach these people how to write correctly so they can convert their email leads into sales, right? And at the same time, I came across an idea of how could I run through Google Ads or Facebook Ads, how could I run that traffic directly to some kind of mini paid offer that people would pay me ahead of time to join my program, my course, so they don't become a free lead magnet, but they become a paid customer. So I came across the idea of running $7 per month memberships, right? So listen through this because I want to explain you how I came up down to the latest, bestest model, right? So I was like, okay, these people don't know how to convert leads into sales, and at the same time I need to try to run traffic to a paid offer, and I came across the $7 membership. So I was like, what should my $7 membership be all about? And I had really good success with organic content client attraction, if that makes sense, for my Google Ads, right? I got 30, 40, 60 people interested in me building Google Ads campaign at that time, and I did attract them through me posting content on social media. My point is, what I did was I created a $7 per month membership where I teach a content client attraction method, right? And I've built that membership to 30 people now who were paying me $7 per month, and I was like, oh, now I have some recurring income and I don't need to do a lot to run this community. Of course, I was not making any money because I was charging $7 per month, right? But that's how I experienced the idea of running memberships. And at the same time, I was now teaching my previous clients and existing clients as well how to write content pieces to attract coaching clients to them. But here is the catch, right? Even if I was teaching them how to attract coaching clients through content that you create on social media, right, to them, the problem was that all of these people in my $7 per month membership, they were not showing up on weekly live calls. I couldn't help them faster, and at the same time, all of them had all sorts of different offers, right? Some of them were running, selling like a video course, some of them one-on-one, just one coaching sessions, and other people were trying to get their first client, another person was trying to fill their workshop with my content client attraction method. Everyone was just in all these different stages of their offers, and it was hard for me to help them all because they had all of these sorts of different offers. But then the light bulb clicked here in my mind. You know what? I'm having this recurring income and it's awesome. These people don't have any consistency in sales within their businesses. They don't know how to still get those clients, even if I'm teaching them this awesome content client attraction method. This method takes 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 months for that person to hit in. You know what? I should be teaching everyone how to build a membership. How their offer should be a membership community, and then they would be creating content pieces so they can fill these memberships themselves, right? So I decided that I'm gonna shift my $7 content client attraction membership into a $7 build a paid community membership where I'm gonna be teaching others how they can launch their own memberships, because I just had good success with mine. And at the same time, I'm still gonna be teaching them this content client attraction method through which they can create social media content pieces and they can attract new members into their own memberships, right? So I dropped all of the previous offers, ideas, Google Ads, and all of those kind of things, and teaching just content client attraction to other people. And I decided I'm gonna solely focus now on teaching others how to build their own memberships and how to fill those memberships, right? But still, I have not yet experienced those next higher valued levels of memberships. So I began with a $7 a month membership first, right? I already had 30 people, which I transitioned from the previous membership, and I signed up a few more, and people still were not showing up on our weekly group calls. I was doing weekly group calls for the $7 people because my goal was like, how can I have 500 people paying me $7? How can I be filling this with ads? So the strategy behind that $7 per month membership was different. But now I was like, you know what? Let me start selling a $49 membership per month, and I'm gonna give these people a weekly group coaching call, and it's mandatory that they attend it, right? So I sold 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 of those packages, memberships, right? And I saw, okay, now I'm making a little more money and I have a little more recurring income. And then I saw that I was teaching others how to build their memberships, right? And I told them, okay, cool, so this is what you need to do. You need to have a $29 a month membership, right? For which people just get your course, they get your community access, and they get you maybe twice a month. You go on a live, Facebook Live or whatever, and you answer people's questions, but this is not group coaching yet, that's just base membership, right? And on top, you should have a larger, bigger price point package where you charge, for example, not 49, but I would suggest 7.9 or 9.7 or even more per month, and these people would get a weekly group coaching call, right? So I started teaching my members this idea, and I started doing the same thing myself, right? So now I for example, started charging $97 per month for a weekly group coaching call, and I got the first 10 people and more into it, right? And with me achieving this milestone, I was like, whoa, everyone should want to do this same thing, you know, having 10 people paying you $100 a month, right? It's affordable for those, the right ones, of course, not for everyone still, right? But you can have this $1,000 per month income part-time. It comes in, you just go on a weekly group coaching call. Whoa, I have now peace of mind because half of my salary or whatever it is, right, is coming in next month, right? It's like a part-time income. And for me, it wasn't that hard to just get these 10 people, right, into my community. And then I changed what I teach others, right? And I was like, this is gonna be a North Star of what I teach others and of our course, right? How to get 10 people signed up who pay you $97 a month, right? And if some people who you're enrolling don't have that much money per month, they can still give you like $29 a month. They can be in the base membership, right? And if some of them want to go forward even faster, they want to also work with you one-on-one, and they do have money, they can join your group, of course, and also pay for a package where they can work with you one-on-one. And that's how I developed this awesome model that I teach everyone else now to implement, and I'm running it myself. And the key here is that if you just build this model once, right, get the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 15, 20 members, then you have taken care of yourself and you are taking care of your group community that you are coaching on weekly group calls, right? And then you can keep adding another person and another person and another person and keep adding around. You get to 10, 20, 30 people. Maybe you even increase your price or you introduce another level of all of this, the product, the offer, right, or whatever. But you can still work with some high-ticket people one-on-one. But later on, what I'm developing as well, as part of this group community, weekly group coaching call, right, we could introduce a higher valued, higher priced group coaching program or inner circle, right? So I'm still working on those kind of things, but the key here is that a starting life coach who's just starting out, you would want to sign up the first 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 10 people who start paying you monthly subscriptions, not just $29 a month, because that doesn't make enough money, but $97 a month for a weekly group coaching call, and still have some in the base membership, right? And then you are running this community. Does this make sense? So in the past few weeks and months, I have already worked with my 10, 15, 20 people who I have been taking through the 3 steps through which they are building their own memberships, right? And I have developed the fastest way of how you can get your first 10 people signed up, right? This idea of mine would work for someone who doesn't have any audience at all, or for someone who's already been being coached for some time and you already have, for example, 300, 400 people on an email list, or you have 1,000 Instagram followers, or you have 300 people in your Facebook group, whatever. If you do have some audience, things will be much easier for you because you only need those 10 people subscribed, right? But if you're starting out, no problem, there are solutions for that as well. It's just gonna take a little more work, right? Because here is the thing, right? You only need 10, 15, 20 people subscribed, right? And how I approach building this community, I explain it in the 7-minute video, which you can access by clicking the link down below in the description, right? But what I teach is, okay, step 1, quickly decide on the outcome of your membership or your course or your community, that what is that people gonna achieve as part of your community, right, or course. Secondly, create a 3-step transformational method through which you will be taking people so they can achieve that outcome, right? That needs to be a really simple curriculum that we create, and decide on your offer price points, right, of what you would charge people and what would you give them if they join your base membership or your weekly group coaching call membership, for example, or one-on-one package, right? So we decide on all of those things and we put them on a simple order page, right? I explained this more in my video. I have the order page, free funnel builder templates and all these kind of things, right? And when someone signs up, right, later on this order page starts charging them automatic monthly subscriptions and gives them access to your course, to the group community, and to the materials and all these kind of things. So that's step one, putting it all only once up, right? And after you do that, you can focus on step two, which is building a list of interested people. You can write down on this Excel list, for example, any people who you interacted with before, about your value, you worked with before, whoever you think would be interested in being part, for example, of your membership. And what we do as well, we post social media content pieces where we say, for example, hey guys, I'm thinking of running this group community or this membership or weekly support or coaching or whatever. There is dozens of topics that I have written out that you can create content pieces on, and people will be like, yes, me, I want to know more about it, yes, or send me this explanation, send me this video, or whatever the topics are, right? And whatever the lead magnet as well is, because for example, myself, I created like a 7-minute video where I teach everyone this model, and I said, hey, I created this 7-minute video where I explain you this method, who would want it? And then bunch of dozens of people commented me, and that built my email list. I reached out to all of these people and I said, hey, would you want to know more about being part of our weekly group coaching call or our support group, right? So I built this large list, and I teach this same thing to others, how to build an Excel list or an email list of so many people that you then invite into step 3, becoming your member, right? There are a few conversion ways of how you can convert these people from the list into the membership, right? Some of them are more like manual, right? You chat with them, you go on a quick 10-minute call and you agree with them to start, and they pay on spot 97 a month or 29, you give them the order page on a live call, quick call, they sign up. I still suggest that you would speak to some people, you still would do some calls, but later on this can be all very passive, because you can just be sending to people out this order page link. They subscribe, start on their own, and then they go through this process, right? But I explained these 3 steps in my 7-minute video. Find it down below, watch it, so you can understand the full picture of how to put in place this model yourself, how to get to the first 10 people. And basically that's pretty much all that I wanted to talk about right now. If you have any questions about all of this, just ask them down below. Anything about how I have built this membership of mine. If you have any challenges with this, just ask me questions down below. But the last thing that I think I want to talk about is that, for example, I even have a free course that I actually gave it out to everyone for free on these 3 steps, which later on, if you get my 7-minute video, right, you're gonna also later on get access to my free course, because I'm gonna be sending emails out to you. But my point is that I see that even if I give you all of this knowledge and ideas, right, and if you don't have accountability and guidance going through these 3 steps, or me telling you that you need to do this next thing, or right, if I'm not guiding you through this, you might not be able to build this kind of model on your own. So I am running a weekly and even daily support calls, accountability coaching calls, right? I have few memberships available, 29, 49, even 97 a month memberships available that give you, either 1 group coaching call a week or 2 or unlimited, because I'm doing these calls daily, right? So my point is that I can guide you through these 3 steps. I can guide you on this journey of you building a group membership community and this passive membership course and these kind of things, right? And so you can get to sign up those 5, 10, 15 people who are paying you now monthly subscriptions. And on these daily calls that I run, I mean, you just need to attend 1 or 2 or 3 per week, depends how fast you want to go, right? You come and I tell you, hey, I do have a workbook that we are working through. I tell you, hey, this is this first task that you need to do, right? Write out the membership outcome, write out the 3 steps, write out your membership program name. So if that's our first task, I give you to do that, and I overview it on these group calls, right? And then I tell you, hey, do this thing, next thing, right? Okay, put now the order page up. Okay, we are done. Okay, now you need to start creating social media content pieces. This is how you need to create them. Pick this topic, write it, and then you bring that idea, the content that you created and wrote back to me. I overview it on these group coaching calls, right? And often there is 2, 3, 4 people on these calls, right? So we have in 1 hour enough time to handle all of those questions, because I do them daily and I only have like 20 people in my group, right? But my goal later on is to have 60 people, and that's why I'm doing these daily calls, because I am trying to build a strong community of people who are getting results, right? So anyway, I'm saying that there is a way that you can be part of my community, of my group calls. So calls with me, you can work with me for pretty simple, cheap prices, right? 29 a month, 49, 97 a month, that's currently, maybe that's gonna change later, right? Or maybe I'm just gonna start doing 97 a month when we reach that demand or so. But my point is, I wanna help you, right? And if you need guidance, and if you can afford any of these price points, you can come into my group community, and I just really quickly want to get you through step 1, step 2, step 3, so you can enroll the first, second, third, 4, 5, 6, 7 people. You can start being paid, right? And you can get to those 10, 15 members who are paying you now, and then we're gonna work on other things as well. You're gonna be making money, I'm gonna be paid my fee, small membership fee, right, from you, but you're gonna be making a lot of money anyway. So, and then we're gonna work on the other things and improving everything else as well within your business and going to that next level of you being a full-time online coach, right? But what I want from you, the only thing that I want from you is that you get to these 5, 10, 15 people subscribed, right? And if you want to know more about how to become part of this group community, I want you to watch the 7-minute video that I'm giving you down below in the description, and then after you watch it, you can schedule a 10-minute quick call with me so we can see and discuss which of these memberships you could fall into and create a mini strategy of how you're gonna go through these steps of mine in the next few weeks and months through, so you can sign up your first 10, 15, 20 people into your own community, and you can start earning this part-time income now, have this peace of mind, and run this model with very little of your personal time involved. So it's going to be fairly passive for you to run this group community. For example, I just do that 1 group coaching call a day or a few per week, and the rest time I am free to do anything else that I want, record these kind of videos, write things, I can go for a hike, beautiful nature here, I can enjoy my life, right? And I'm paid, right? And I want you to be the same, right? I want you to have this peace of mind, have recurring income, be stable in life, serving a group of people. I want your students, your clients, your members to be happy about your value. And those are the things that I'm gonna help you on our weekly on our group coaching calls as well. Picking the niche, talking the right language to people, attracting them, enrolling them, and all these kind of sorts of things, right? So go watch my 7-minute video, and if you want to speak with me, schedule a 10-minute call then after with me, and we can discuss how we can support each other on this journey. Okay, if you have any questions, ask them down below, but I just wanted to open myself out and explain you how I came to this idea of running this model, and also how it can work for you. Hopefully you enjoyed this video. Have fun.